I did read a book on radical honesty. It says the number one source of anxiety is not being totally honest with yourself or others. So I want to be honest with all of you. I didn't read the book. But the cover page said radical honesty, how to transform your life by being totally honest. And I thought, got it. Could have been an infographic. That's can't be 300 pages of information. Self-care is a marathon, and boy, are my legs tired.
Please give a round of applause for Keira McGill!
I had another comic tell me that they wanted to see me do my set, but without doing the self-conscious character that I do. A character, it's crazy. When I'm off stage, I believe in myself, you know? Save it here for all of you. But I'm working on building my self-esteem, skipped over therapy, went right to crystals. Yeah. For anyone who's not familiar, crystals are just like a small, beautiful rock that you hold until you become a better person. The Slim Fast of mental health. But I went to a witch shop and I put my hand in this bowl of confidence crystals and waited for one to choose me, as you are supposed to do. And I do feel like it worked. I feel like the crystal chose correctly because I took it home and I took it to my room and it immediately fell in the trash. We vibed. I don't mean to yuck anybody's yum if they're crystal heads in the audience tonight, but I did put them in my mouth and they just taste like little rocks, so. I'm not trying to do positive affirmations. Does anyone here do positive affirmations? Yeah, look in the mirror, say something positive. Highly recommend if you enjoy feeling embarrassed in front of your own face. So if you're like, how can I do social anxiety alone? Perfect. Perfect for you. But I'll look in the mirror and I'll say something positive like, I was not made to give up. Electric toothbrushes weren't made to be vibrators, and yet... People find a way. I've been trying a new one where I just simply look in the mirror and say, I'm not afraid of you. So. I'm not. It's hard, because they knows. They knows I am. I did read a book on radical honesty. It says the number one source of anxiety is not being totally honest with yourself or others. So I want to be honest with all of you. I didn't read the book. But the cover page said radical honesty, how to transform your life by being totally honest. And I thought, got it. Could have been an infographic. That's can't be 300 pages of information. You guys are really nice, so I'll give you another secret. I really only feel comfortable having sex with my socks on. Yeah, which my ex hated because I would wear them on my hands. No glove, no love, am I right? I love to diagnose myself with ailments online. Anybody else in here got a headache that's terminal? I do, but I found out recently that other people online like to diagnose me with things. I posted a stand-up clip, and I got a few comments that said things like, ha ha ha, I love neurodivergent comedy. Oh. Oh, okay. Whatever happened to quirky? Feel like we skipped a few steps. But I was professionally diagnosed with ADD, attention deficit disorder. Yeah, it just means if I don't get enough attention, I die. So thank you for your contribution tonight. No, I was diagnosed with ADD and OCD. Between my queerness and my mental health, I am just collecting letters like a middle-aged man collects rare coins. I grew up in the Catholic Church. And I don't think, like the time in the Catholic Church, it didn't cause the OCD. But I will say it didn't help spending every Sunday surrounded by the image of a guy bleeding out with his nips out when your thoughts are clinically prone to getting weird with it. But I do sometimes miss the familiarity of the Catholic Church, so I adopted a female dog because they've been scientifically proven to spend most of their day silently judging you. But they offer you unconditional love for the low, low price of everything you have. Feels like home. I did have to hire a dog behaviorist for my dog because she loses it, absolutely loses it every time she sees another dog on Instagram with more likes than her, and it's hard. I also caught her catfishing a senator online. A Republican, I didn't raise a monster. I did, before I got the dog behaviorist, I did try the Cesar Millan method, which Cesar Millan says if your dog is acting up, that you should go tss to get them to stop, which I tried with Betty, and she told me that I'm silencing women. Need to abolish the patriarchy in my mind and to stop putting words in her mouth, so it's, great. A lot of people think that I'm from the Midwest because I look like I washed down a spaghetti dinner with a glass of milk. But I'm not from New Jersey, or as I like to call it, the Florida of the North. Yeah. It's hard. I live in New York City, and it's hard to live in the city with like a Midwestern sensibility about you because I end up in a lot of conversations I never meant to have. I met a guy on the subway who told me that if I wanted to make it in comedy, that I would have to join the Illuminati. But in order to join the Illuminati, I would have to eat a baby. Yeah. And the thing is, it takes me at least 20 minutes to pick out an apple at the grocery store that I want. This is the biggest meal of my life. Does anybody here have kids? Would you describe them as delicious? I am in the market.